Hey, this is Cavallo from datingadviceguru.com. Today we're going to talk about how to make him miss you and want you all over again. Early in a relationship, you hear it all the time. I miss you more, I miss you the most, I miss you ultimate. It's crazy, I know. Well, it's kind of a teenagery thing to go back and forth like that, but you get the point. When you're first falling for someone, you can never get enough of the other person, can you? I mean, they're always on your mind. You miss them even when you're with them, for gosh sakes. Well, as time goes on, you long for that connection that you felt right at the start, right? That part of you that wanted to be with him all the time, that tingle of excitement when you see his name come up on your phone. Oh, don't tell me you haven't felt that way before. Sometimes you even wonder if he's even thinking about you. And that's when you probably realize, I miss him missing me. Well, all human beings crave that feeling of being wanted and desired by another person. It gives us a feeling of value that we crave as human beings. So today we're going to take a quick plunge into the world of getting him to miss you and want you again. Now, whether you took a break from the relationship or maybe you're just struggling at the moment to get him to love you, you'll find that there's tips in here that you can use. So let's get on with number one, how to make him miss you and want you. Tip number one is to pause the communication. Yeah, this includes social media, and here's why. There's a basic psychological principle I want you to understand. We want what we can't have. We want what we can't have. I know, brilliant, Carlos. You just basically summed up all of the game playing of the last century. But hear me out on this. The key to triggering desire for something or someone lies in how much we think it's ours for the taking. All right? It's true of nearly everything in your life, whether you believe it or not. I guarantee you that if you really deeply want that sports car right now and then you get it, you're going to want it less after you get it. I guarantee you that if you really want that beautiful leather jacket right now, you're going to want it a little less after you actually get it. It's human nature. You can want it to be different, but it won't ever be, not in your lifetime anyways, okay? And that's good news because that empowers you to steer a man away from some other shameless manipulator and into your arms instead of, well, some other woman getting him. I'll tell you a little bit more in a minute about how to work that angle. How to make him miss you and want you. Tip number two is to trigger his memory. Now this one's pretty slick, and I really think it's the reason that women use perfume so much when they're courting a guy. Now, it was a classic trick, and it works like this. You're going to send him a postcard. I know you're probably saying, postcard, what the heck is that? Well, way back in the day, we used to send these when we were on vacation. Basically a little way to make other people jealous that we were in a cool place. If you've never seen one of these before, trust me, they still exist out there. They're pretty cheap and they're easy to send. Go out and get yourself a postcard, okay? But not just any postcard. What you're going to send him is one that you're going to put your address on it, on his address on it, and then you're going to put a big fat red kiss in red lipstick on it. Then you want to cover it up with tape because you don't want it to smudge, right? Then I want you to spray that postcard down with your favorite perfume, or rather his favorite perfume, and then mail it to him. Or heck, just stick it under his door. When he sees the lips and he smells your scent on this card, it's going to trigger a memory of you. And that's exactly what you want. You want to get that olfactory system going because it's connected to a part of the brain that is deeply rooted in our long-term memory. And those trigger emotions in an instant. It's kind of like when you smell someplace that reminds you of your grandmother's kitchen or someplace from your childhood, and the way it all comes rushing back to you, the emotions. Works the same way with perfume. He'll be smelling that card daily and triggering his memories of you over and over and over. This one is guaranteed to do all the right things and get him obsessed with you. All right, how to make him miss you and want you. Tip number three, cut him off. If you're in contact with him right now, well, you need to use this one, and especially use this one. The big mistake that I see most women out there making with guys is they spend too much time with them. Usually in those early days, right? You get really addicted just hanging out with the person. When you do that, when you spend all that time with them, you're ruining your romantic value to him, okay? This is directly connected to tip number one, except that you have to manage how much time he gets to spend with you. Don't let your lack of self-control ruin your chances with him. Keep your dates short. Keep your time together limited. We don't fall in love with somebody when they're with us. We typically fall in love with somebody when they're without us, when they're wishing they were with us, because there's more potential there. It's a desire that's not being satiated. When you're with him, well, he's getting everything he wants. When he's actually with you, he's satisfied. He's getting nearly everything he wants, all right? So, well, most of what he wants. When he's not with you, he's dissatisfied, which is the state that men love the most. It inspires us to work, to chase you, to pursue that which we don't have, which we want the most. Little secret here, men don't act out of complacency and comfort. We act out of our dissatisfaction. Remember that rule above all else. How to make him miss you and want you. Tip number 4, make him your friend. If there's one thing guys hate, oh my God, do we hate this, it's being friend zoned. Ask any guy and he'll tell you exactly 2,458 different times that a woman that he liked said to him, I'm not sure I feel that way about you. I don't think about you like that. Can we just be friends? And it's usually summed up with a little peck on the cheek and an, aw, you're so sweet. Oh my God, as I'm saying this, I'm getting really mad flashbacks here. However, there's a good part of that experience for some guys, and that's the time period where we're wondering if we're really just friends with you or if we have a romantic potential. I'll bet you might even be able to relate to that feeling, yeah? Let him wonder a little bit. I'll bet that if you're wondering about him right now, there's a good chance that he thinks you're too available for him to take seriously. So take that away from him. Stop making it so easy and so obvious that you're into him. Treat him like he's just another friend. And guess what? He'll aspire to be that much more. Give him doubt. Remember, these little quirks of psychology that I'm telling you about that are in his head, whether you want them to exist or not, it's how we work. This is how humans work and this is how men work. So why not use it for something good? Like getting him invested and obsessed with you. And finally, how to get him to miss you and want you. Tip number 5 is to trigger mystery and curiosity. The women that attract men know that the secret to winning a guy's heart is not between his legs, all right? It's between his ears. When you can trigger the right thoughts in his head, his heart will open to you. Mystery and intrigue are the key emotions that you must be associating with you and triggering. The more that he thinks he knows you and the more that he thinks he has you figured out, the less romantic control you have over him. And the less of a relationship you're going to have as well. The best thing you can do to a man is trigger his fascination with you. When a man is thinking about you, you're on his mind, you're in his thoughts, and even better if he's fantasizing about you. When you've got him wondering about you, you are only days away from having him fall in love with you, and probably falling in love with you all over again. He'll want you more than anything else, or anyone. When a man makes you his priority, you're always on his mind. He's thinking about you, he's obsessing about you, and he's fantasizing about being with you. Now, if you can make a man think about you all the time, he's yours. He'll feel a warm pull towards you that's irresistible. When he sees you, he'll feel a surge of exquisite desire for you. His hunger to be near you and looking at you and being with you is going to be insatiable. You'll catch him adoring you with his eyes all the time. When you're with him, just casually slip in some passion phrases into conversation with him. Or just send him passion phrases in one of your texts. And if you're wondering right now how you can get that, well, I've got a great way for you to find out and get more. Go on over to datingadviceguru.com/obsession. That's datingadviceguru.com/obsession. And you can just click the link below this video. Don't forget, what you got to do? Make sure you like this video. Make sure you at least subscribe. You want to get this stuff every week, don't you? Come on. And third thing, always leave your comments below. Leave me your questions. Tell me what you like, what you don't like, and I'll give you more of the good stuff coming up. This is Cavallo from datingadviceguru.com. As always, live and love with passion.